Kales, and I have to tell you about a book. I just recently read this book, and it is one of my new favorites. I'm really, really excited. It got me out of my reading slump, and it was such a surprise find that once again, I haven't heard about it on BookTube, so I'm gonna talk about it because I really liked it. And that book is called Breaking Sky by Cori McCarthy. It is about a girl. How many times have I started out with it's about a girl? It's about a girl named Chase, and her flight name is Nyx, and it's set in the year 2048 during the Second Cold War. America has been sanctioned off by the Chinese Republic because anyone who dares to trade, associate with America will be bombed with nukes and just, yeah. The Republic of China has completely made America isolationists, and in order to try and combat that, America has been building up their military, and so they've opened up a junior military academy on the coast of Alaska. I know it sounds weird, where like high schoolers can go, young cadets, and then when they graduate, they'll go to military academies like the one in Colorado Springs. And Chase is one of 2 students who can fly the Streaker jets, which are these brand new jets that can outrace the Chinese Republic drones. I know it sounds really complicated, but I swear it's not, and I swear it's really good. Otherwise, I would not be wasting my time telling you about it in a video. So just go with me on this. Chase is hardcore. She's very closed off, very sort of holds herself very high above a lot of other people because of her ability to fly one of these jets. She's like the best pilot in her class. It's a 2-man jet, so she and her roommate Pippin, who is in the academy for his IQ, so he's a really nerdy, smart, very sweet guy who's one of her best friends and really kind of the only people that she's open with. But one day, as Pippin and Chase are out flying, they see another Streaker jet, and it's red. And so it really freaks them out, and they have to investigate what this Streaker is against orders, and that's where the story begins. Along the way, we meet another pilot named Tristan, who he's great. And before I go too much into that, that was one of the things I really liked about this book, was the characters. I felt like the characters were well-rounded. They had multiple layers and actual spines and backbones, and you could see what drove them and what their motivations were. And not only that, it wasn't all about the romance again. For me, there is romance, and it's great. It's well done. It takes a little while, and it's good. It's good, it's good, it's good. But there's layers to it, and what I like is that the characters, even though they're put in this very absurd situation, they're very realistic, and you don't seem to mind that the world is a little odd and a little sort of like absurd. Really, only teenagers can fly these jets. Why? However, I loved the characters, and for me, that is more often than not what makes a book. And these characters of Chase, Pippin, Tristan, but then also Scythe and Riot, and Cori McCarthy creates a real community here, and they all sort of work and fit together. And oh, and Romeo, I forgot about Romeo too. Like, they're just a great group and a great cast of characters. Also, there's a great relationship, or examination of a relationship between Chase and her father, which I really do enjoy. The other thing I really liked about this book was that it was a lot of action. It kept me on my toes. However, she would give you a breather, and it wasn't like an escape from the action, but it was more of an insight into their lives, and to me, I really liked the ebb and flow of the book, that it was still a page turner even when I was just reading about their relationships, because that to me shows a great writer in the way she's able to balance both the action and the relationships and still make both interesting. Because trust me, the action in this keeps you on the edge of your toes and makes you want to like go fly a plane, even though I would not be good at that, and I think I'm actually too tall. Regardless, it's really action-packed, very adventure-heavy. However, there are still some softer, intimate moments that you can really connect with the characters and seem realistic for them. She builds characters that are dynamic and more than just tropes, in my opinion. Although I would argue that Chase is a really big trope of like this badass, closed off female character that, you know, doesn't really let anybody in, and yeah. We've seen a lot of those lately, and her extraordinary talent would be flying the plane, but I didn't care. I still liked her friends, I liked her community, I liked the world, I liked this book. The only reason that I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars rather than 5 stars was because, like I said, some of the... it just didn't seem so realistic. I was like, really? Why are these teenagers the only ones that can fly this jet? And they say it has something to do with like teenagers' instincts and their ability to go against the force, Mach force, G-force, something. Whatever, I don't know. It was science jargon that I'm sure doesn't mean anything, but that, for me, it was just a little, really? But after I got over that hump of the kind of unrealistic nature of that, it was still really cool, really gripping, and oh my gosh, there's a moment that just makes you sob, and it hurt in such a good way. I very much want to see it in a movie because I think seeing it would be really interesting, and plus the way I saw it in my mind's eye was awesome. I would say that if you are a fan of high action, intensity books, but that still have heart to them, that this is a good one to pick up. Once again, Breaking Sky by Cori McCarthy, 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. And once again, I'm telling you about it because I haven't really heard a lot about it. If this book sounds interesting to you, or if you're one of the few people that actually has read this book, I would love to start a conversation with you guys about it. So, that's my thoughts on Breaking Sky. What are yours? Until next time, guys. Bye! It's so hot outside, guys. You don't even understand.